Recordings. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Greybeardz. My name is Wayne, and over here to my left or up above, wherever it is, but you should see him over on that side of the screen, is good friend Bug. Good morning, Bug.
Good morning, Wayne.
Hey,
What's happening
I tell you, there's so much happening in the world. It is unbelievable.
on that planet behind
Unbelievable.
you?
The stuff going on is crazy. But we'll keep it,
Yeah,
let's keep it. We're going to touch a couple things. I want to talk a little bit about the World Cup, right? Now I'm going to tell
yeah.
you,
The
I don't
world.
know, I don't know diddly squat about the World Cup and who's playing who's won, who's lost. That's
They
not
got
my
very colorful uniforms. I like.
yeah. For those that enjoy and love that, good for you. I'll give you two thumbs up. I know this is like the Super Bowl for soccer, football, whatever. I get it. But what I want to talk
Soccer.
about is this trend going on. And I see these things. I don't go on that TikTok crap. I don't, no, you're not going to find me on there. But just YouTube, obviously, Idiotgram or Instagram, whatever they're calling it. I'm on there. I see there's this trend that people from all over the world that have come to America for the World Cup. And
Mhm.
their perception is just like blown away because they're told in their country, wherever they're from, I ain't going to pick on any one particular one, that America's in ruins and there's crime everywhere and people are being, rude and all this stuff in America. That's what
Right,
they've been programmed programmed
right.
by their media that they watch. And we have a similar issue
Mhm.
here in this country as well, but there's like two different kinds of media. You have the media that's
Right and left wing media.
right. There you go. Thank you. But they're coming here and they're finding out, they're seeing how we live and how we act in these. Now, granted, this is not the same as everyday life. This is the World Cup, right? This is a huge venue of and plethora of people
Mhm.
from all over the world coming here. So it's a different scale than a day to day, mundane day in the U.S., right? But they're blown
Mhm.
away by the service that they get when they go to a restaurant or the amenities at like Buc-ee's or Costco or even a Walmart, right? Now,
$3. Pick a
Not every
picture.
Walmart is created the same, and I'm sure not every Buc-ee's is the same, right? But I was happy to see some of the reactions to just the stadiums at universities that they're playing these soccer games at. There's just
I
immense.
was even amazed at our poor people. The poor people are rich versus our poor people. Essentially enslaved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I do, I do, but the accent is what I'm laughing at. That you're, that's hilarious, man. But I'm hoping everybody's enjoying their time from the World Cup and visiting the U.S. And I hope they go back to their country from wherever they're from with a better understanding of how we live here in the U.S. Again, it's so you go from country or state to state, city to city, you're going to have different experiences. Just keep that in mind.
Yes.
Not everywhere, not everywhere in the U.S. is what you're experiencing at these games.
Yeah.
But for the
Yeah.
most part, I would say you will find.
They're gonna see the best of America.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to go in there with an attitude and bring out the worst in America because we won't take it, right? We'll send you
Yeah,
on your way, you know.
I guarantee them their best behavior.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
But it,
you was gonna go ahead. I think you was gonna ask a question like why their countries are telling our country is so bad.
Well, why do you
You know,
think it
what's
is? We and I, we now just so everybody knows, we did talk a little bit about this before the show, and we
yeah, we
both come
talked
to
about it.
a
Well,
similar
one, if you
agreement.
can go to FIFA, that means you got money. Okay, that's one.
Yeah,
Okay, and you
true
can
that.
hop around and follow your favorite soccer team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Look, I don't want. I put football. You can
yeah.
follow your
European.
football team. You know what I'm saying? So, they want those guys to come back. You know, they tell them all this
Yeah.
bull crap because that's their money. They contribute heavily to wherever they came from, right? Because they
All
can
right.
afford to go to FIFA. You know what I'm saying? So we want you to come back, but the fallacy was allowing them to leave. Okay, and they was like, "Oh my God, holy smoke! These dudes, America's big.
Yeah,
America
yeah.
is big. You mean I'm just in Texas? Yes, you are. Just
Yeah.
you're in you're in the largest state, but shucks, man, this thing is like Texas is like Germany, England, Switzerland.
Yeah, it could be its own country, you know.
Yeah. And in America, you can find everything. You can find German food, African food. Y'all, it's like it's the world. You know, when we was in the military, we had a term when we were overseas. That man, I can't wait to get back to the world because America was the world.
Yeah,
You
to
know what I'm
us
saying?
that
Because
was
it had everybody,
yeah.
all nationalities of people, you know, and it had everything you can imagine, you
Oh,
know.
definitely.
So we wanted to get back to the world. Now they're seeing what the world could be like, and they may elect, maybe I don't want to go back to Uganda. I want to stay here
Well,
and watch TV.
well, I would think what would be nice is, you know, that one it breaks that barrier, that stereotype of America, and it makes them want to go back and make things. Hopefully, the hope is that they go back to wherever they came from, knowing that it with the idea, and it can spread the idea that your country could be better, right? You could be like how we live our life here. It's the best, the greatest place ever. And I know some people are out there touting that it's not. We're fascist or racist. You know, look, prejudice
Criminals.
exists all over the world, right? Everywhere you go, people are prejudiced against somebody or something or whatever. You know, it does exist, but luckily here we can coincide somewhat peacefully with people that have different ideas and different beliefs and whatever. That's what's great about this country. But the problem what we're experiencing is these wanting people that are wanting to change our way of life, our capitalistic society to some social, you know, the biggest threat I think we have right now, hopefully people are taking note, is the threat of socialism, right? It has been proven time and time again that that does not work. It will fail. It will lead to poverty. It will lead to so many different things. Um, I
Hmm.
mean, our taxes are, in our opinion, are just, in my opinion, anyways, they're just out of control. And then they tax us, and then they don't put the money back in our society. They're sending money overseas to other countries. To me,
Yeah.
that's wrong. Now, if we're living in this perfect utopia, then we got all this extra capital, if you will, that share the wealth with the rest of the world. I'm fine with that. But we are not perfect in any way, in any sense. We have our own issues of poverty and, you know, those kind of things.
You know, one thing, one takeaway could be when we can see other people coming here to our country, appreciating our country, and maybe some Native Americans, for lack of a better word, would be like, you know what, they're right. Look how much they're enjoying our country and how great they say we have it. We need to start appreciating what we have, you know,
Yeah.
because if you're born in this thing, you know, it becomes, you know, just like a child with a silver spoon in their mouth. They get used to the silver. It's like, hey, man, what's the big deal? You've never had a copper spoon in your mouth.
Yeah.
or a wooden spoon in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, we, by seeing somebody else looking at how blessed and how great our nation is can really make you sit down and just like, really appreciate your country,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, even with,
Really.
with internal woes that we may have, but it's great. You can buy a house, you can buy a car, you can do
Oh yeah. I mean,
do what you want to do, you know,
I I
without,
live in
yeah.
I live in excess, really. I have more than I
Oh yeah. And
really
that's the thing. They
need.
probably notice. Yeah, they're like, you don't need that. You don't need that big house, but you have it somehow. You have
Yeah.
this house. Yeah, this house, this trailer. I don't know if I should call mine a trailer. It's more like a modular home. You know what I'm saying? I live in this modular home here,
Yeah.
and it's excess. I don't need all of that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, and as we get older, we kind of realize that we've lived our whole life accumulating all this stuff, right?
It's
That'll end
vanity.
up either being in a landfill somewhere because, you know, I don't know about
Hmm.
your children have their own life. Your youngest is getting ready to go out on her own, right?
Good segue.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah,
good segue. Yeah, a pretty good segue into his youngest Jada there back over his shoulder there. You know,
yeah. That's her, the
they're
glamorous
not
one.
gonna, they're not necessarily gonna want your stuff, right? They're gonna want their
They're not
own
because I
stuff.
don't want my parents' stuff. You
Yeah, yeah.
do not pitch to Wayne Krebs. He's gonna knock it out of the park. I keep telling them
It's
that.
like,
So
yeah.
I just come up with that last week. It's like it was having fun at the job. I was like, don't pitch to him. Walk him. Let him walk.
You better walk that guy.
Let him walk and don't throw it to him. He's gonna knock it out of the park. So yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Jada. Drum roll. Yeah, Jada has decided to forego her military
Aspirations.
opportunity. Yeah, she's like, Dad, I think I want to go to college and do something in the medical field. She told me, I just can't remember. So I was
Yeah.
over my oldest daughter's house, the one with the glasses on her head, and I told her about it. She said, "Yeah, Jada told me." She says, "Jada don't even know. She don't know what it's gonna be like. It's
No.
gonna be, yeah. It's not a walk in the park." So she was telling me, she's like, I'll help her. You know what I'm saying? I will guide her. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
going to school. From me, I'm calling all cars. I know nothing about enrolling some child in the. I don't even know how I made it. I went to Midlands Tech for a year, and I was like, shoot, all the passwords I got to remember. I can't do that. I put my password down as one of the answers on my test. I couldn't remember what they was talking about. I was like, no, it was 2208.
Yeah.
It's like, what? What the heck are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. But it's a lot. It is a lot to go to school these days, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it
And
was so
well,
much stuff.
you were probably what, in your 40s or 50s when you
Yeah,
went?
I would say probably, yeah, it was 2012. What we're talking, 14 years ago. Yeah, I was in my 40s.
Yeah.
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 45, somewhere 46,
Yeah.
47. But yeah, it was a lot. And this dude just walked up to this board with his dry erase pen. You need to read chapters 1 through 72. Yeah, I'm like, what? And there'll be a quiz Thursday.
Hmm.
I'm like, what? Huh? You're not gonna teach? I mean, he said some things. I mean, he put some dots out there for me to connect,
Hmm.
and that was it. I'll tell you what's on the test. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was a lot, dude. It was a lot. And then I took a full load. A full, I had like 4 classes, 4 or 5. I think 4 is a full load these days. And then it was like, oh yeah, by the way, you need to make an 80. 80 is passing. 80? What the heck kind of school is this? We have high standards here at Midlands Tech. We're not going to just
Yeah.
put out any kind of product. If you get a certification or degree from us, it will be recognized as prestigious. You know what I'm saying? We have a reputation to the
Yeah.
whole. We can't just let mugs out into the wild. You know what I'm saying? With Midland Tech t-shirts on. Nah, bruh.
Yeah,
Jada don't know nothing about that, y'all. She
yeah.
has no. I have 3 envelopes on my counter with Midland Tech. They're already welcome to. I haven't opened it, but I know what's inside. Welcome to Midland Tech. Here's 1,500 things you need to do before Tuesday if you want to attend. So I got a feeling in about. Don't judge me, y'all, but probably 6 months. I solemnly swear I will uphold.
That sounds familiar. Well, your oldest daughter Peaches has that unique. She went that path. She joined the military. Correct me
Hmm.
if I misspoke or misspeak.
No, she went. She did.
She did the military thing. She did her time. She got out
Mhm.
and just recently, a couple of
No,
years
she did.
now, got
Yeah,
her RN degree in nursing. Right?
yeah, she did. She got an RN degree, and it's amazing how much money they spend on these nurses. I'm like, good grief, no wonder we get $1 trillion in debt. They
But
get paid
it's
well, but
nurses
it's a
are
lot.
and if you were to ask me, I'm married to a nurse.
Hmm.
Nursing is the backbone of the medical. They rely on
Hmm.
nurses for so much in
Hmm.
hospitals and offices. They run the whole show, right?
Hmm.
They keep the medical process going, right? When
Hmm.
you go in and you're usually now there are other technicians, medical tech, med techs or whatever that are, they're not necessarily the one drawing the blood, but they do. But when you go in and get your blood taken, that's usually not a nurse. That's usually I want to say a med tech or whatever. I don't
Hmm.
know for certain, but I do know that without nurses, the medical career field would collapse, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and this thing that Jada wants to do, Peaches was telling me that just like for whatever reason, it might be responsible for sterilization of these tools that the dog use. Yeah, we kind of made a joke.
Yeah.
Jada just pulled this thing out of her pocket, like, here, you want this thing. And that
Hmm.
dude, everybody was like, oh,
Yeah.
this refinement was sterile. You pulled it out your pocket. Oh
Mm,
my God. This is funny. I'm sorry, Jada. We did have a little fun at your experience.
mm. But and it's funny when
Mm,
you think about the medical career. I'm no expert. I can only tell you my experiences, but
mm,
back in the day, any show that you would
mm,
watch with even the small town doctor had a nurse that
mhm,
kept him kept his appointments straight, kept people, keep
mhm.
the doctor, going, you know, they are
Yeah.
the backbone of the medical field. Let's go with that.
And nurses have there's so many aspects, man. I was
Oh
talking to
yeah.
Peaches about the patient care. Then you got to deal with the doctors. You always got to be aware of potential lawsuits. Oh, it's a lot when you're trying to see about other human beings, and they don't always cooperate, even though you're there to help them. These mugs are, hey, I don't want my medicine. It makes my head hurt, or whatever it does. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
They're not patients are you got good patients and bad ones. You know, you got patients that do crazy stuff. I don't want to take a shower. I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
and I was just like, dang, that's crazy. Somebody's trying to help you live, but you don't want to live. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to help
But
them. You don't want to aid them in living. You
don't
know,
tell me
you want
what
to
to
live, but
do.
you don't want to help.
I've been on this earth for 60 some years. You ain't telling me nothing I don't already know.
Exactly, exactly. So it's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. She was telling me about that. I was like, ew, man, there's no way. And I tapped out. I'd have been that guy at Walmart. I'm working for whatever he makes, $12.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'll do that
yeah.
than be a nurse.
And my wife that she's been nursing for 40 years, and
Mm,
it's funny. you know, how modest you would think people are and how not so modest they are when it comes to certain things. You know,
Hmm.
she, she
Yeah.
she tells me
Right.
some of this. She's told me stories of stuff. Some of the, especially male patients, are the worst to deal
I
with.
can believe that.
Right.
Hmm.
Time for your
Hmm.
bed. You know, she worked in nursing homes and she took care of elderly men, and
Hmm.
they're dirty buggers, man. Let me tell you. Some
Hey
of the
man, it's
stuff
the
she,
last hurrah, man. What they
it's
call it?
not like
Final
she
call.
come. Yeah, it's not like she would come home and tell me her nightmare of stories. She really didn't, because there's some confidentiality and patient
Oh
privacy.
yeah, of
But
course. Of course.
but she could tell me that, but no names or specifics
Hmm.
were ever given. Just
Hmm.
patient
Yeah.
confidentiality. But
Just dealing with humans. And we know it
yeah,
on a much
uh,
different level. You know what I'm saying? Just
and
been
it,
a
on such a personal level that it's usually, as a guy, I can't imagine a time, and I'm sure it may happen, who knows, going forward, but where someone has to come in and give me a bath, where it's a male nurse or a female nurse, I would not be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's gotta happen though.
yeah, yeah. It's like, what do they call that? You're the modesty, I guess, or embarrassment of someone else washing your nether regions. You know what I'm saying? It's
Depends who
like
was doing
that's like
it.
taboo, man. For me, it's like, no, 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 I got it, I
Like
got
if it was a dude doing it, I was trying to do some kind of hand and arm signal, like don't let him do it. Okay.
it. Yeah, it's like, let me scrub underneath that little guy there for you.
He's doing it too long. He's doing it
It's
way too long.
oh, that would be that.
Lord
That
have mercy.
mm-hmm,
And I mean that for real. Have mercy, Lord. Don't let them days come.
mm,
So that's why it's good to do what you can now. Be fit, take care of your body. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Maybe
yeah,
you'll be fortunate enough to die in a plane crash or something. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But if you freaking you're in that situation,
And it's
dang.
like for
Salute nurses.
salute to the nurses, man. It's like, yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So what else you got on the agenda, man? We was talking about the
What was the other thing we
World
talked?
Cup.
Oh, we could talk about vehicle stuff, right? But
Oh
I
yeah.
think I might
So,
save that for another,
yeah, we gotta go to bed.
another channel. But there's
Mm.
so much vehicle propaganda, and if you're a product loyalty like I am, typically, I'm not so much anymore. And I've been saying this for years, that no matter what auto manufacturer you buy from, I don't care what brand it is, who makes it, they all have their problems, and they're not making vehicles. You would think over time they would progress in reliability and functionality, performance, whatever, but they're just not. They just really aren't. They don't want a vehicle. They don't want Wayne to be owning a vehicle for 20 years. They want me to buy something 4 years and buy something in 4 or 5 years and buy something else. And that's my
Yeah,
stance on when I tell people, it'll be like,
that's
what is
true. I don't
what is
know.
your
We're
what is your
way past this quality stuff, okay?
yeah,
Now we need this thing to crash and burn
yeah,
so you can buy another. We gotta keep this money rolling,
yeah.
you know?
I
Buying
mean,
something that lasts 20, 30 years, now that's ridiculous.
well, in a
Who thought
long
of that?
time, there, back in the day, we go way back. Some people are thinking like ancient, right? Things just would um, wear out, right? Whether it be from environmental conditions, they would just rust away. It's steel. Steel's going to rust no matter
Mhm.
what you do. At some point, environment's going to win, right? we've all seen the
Wait.
apocalyptic videos, you know, these cars sitting all over America and the, you know, and
Hmm.
just, you know, just deteriorating, you know.
Hmm.
Um,
It's gonna go back to its natural state.
yeah, that's like someone saying, "Oh, I bought a Chevy the other, you know, a couple of years ago, and the battery went bad. It's a garbage product. My Toyota has the original battery." Well, you can't blame the car because the battery went bad, but they're going to, right? Because it left them stranded. They had a bad experience. I get it, whatever. You know, those things are going to happen. But when you have a vehicle that after 80, 60, 80,000 miles, the cam phasers in the engine go bad, you know, is it the vehicle or was it the owner not changing the oil or putting proper oil in the vehicle? You know, you can sit and it's like who's at fault here, right?
Yeah.
What was the, you know, what really when you get down to the nitty gritty is like, did they do the maintenance, you know? Transmissions. A lot of manufacturers, not just one, are having transmission problems. You know, they have these very complicated transmissions, and the transmission, in my opinion, and there's probably data to back it up, is the number one neglected major component of a vehicle. The number one.
I agree because mine was. I never changed the transmission fluid in my heavy Chevy.
Well,
I mean, it lasted 22 years before it went
well,
down, but
yeah, it went almost 350,000 miles before you had
mhm,
problems with it.
yeah,
But then again, it was an early 2000s vehicle. And you
yeah.
towed a trailer with it. You had that thing all over the place, right? And
Hmm.
yet it
Hmm.
still managed to go 300 some thousand miles
Yeah,
before it
yeah.
failed, right? And
And
I mean, there's components, they're going to wear out. It's just,
yeah.
it's a fact of life.
And and now the crazy part is manufacturers had to wait till their product wear out. Now they can just push a button. Hey, how long has he had that truck? Oh, he had it 4 years. Push. It sent a message to your truck
Boy, you're dipping
and
your
destroy
toe.
that month.
You ain't dipping your toes in the conspiracy theory. You just jump right in.
Hey, man, I'm just saying all the stuff we've talked about that they can do with your truck. Hey, you swerved. Your eyes don't look right. Shut that mug down. You think they can't turn some cylinders on or
Yeah,
off? Yeah, they can do that.
yeah. You're
Time
trying
for
to
a
figure out why.
catastrophic failure.
You're trying to figure out why this
What did
thing,
I do wrong?
no matter what I do, it pulled over and it shut off. I was like, it did it on its own. You're like, what?
Well, guess what? Now you can't doggone stick your little thing in there and see what's wrong with it. You got to take it back to them. We'll tell you what's wrong with it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's
saying? We're
coming.
gonna come out and tow it. So that's money for the tow man.
Yeah,
And then there's money for the doggone mechanics. Okay, they know what's wrong with it. All they gotta do is push to turn the mug back on. But nah, we need money. You
yeah,
know. So here we go. Yes,
yeah,
sir. You've had the lifters on this truck. There's a little pin that opens and closes, and
yeah,
you need $7,592. We have you right back on the road. You should be good for another 50,000.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, man, they can just shut your freaking car down.
my favorite thing is that they put in the book. It's a normal thing for your vehicle to use a quart of oil between oil changes. It's a natural thing. Normal. No, it's not. I'm here to
Yeah,
tell you, it's not.
it's a closed system. It shouldn't be escaping. Okay, oil shouldn't be escaping your vehicle. And I
No.
learned that from grad school of mechanics.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's there. Yeah, if it's going somewhere, where's
Yeah,
it going?
yeah, exactly. No, it
They've
makes
been making
sense.
internal combustion engines for 100 years. Well, it's over 100 years, but
150 years.
yeah, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a lie.
yeah.
But
But
anyways,
it's I don't know.
we're
I
about
know. I
out
was
of
gonna say to say
time.
I don't know if that's a conspiracy, man. It sounds like one. But they can push you. But remember that. I'm remembering it because
You heard
my
it here
safer
first.
grace.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, that's right. Your car shut down. Now, if you got something older than a 2000, you might be safe. But
Mhm.
anything 2022 and beyond, remember, they can push a button and shut your junk down, Jack.
Yeah, they
Shut you
can.
down, and you won't know what the heck is wrong with your vehicle. Have the left wheel come off. Now they won't do that, but
Yeah.
anything that's operated by computer, they got. Hey, because I can open my car, man, with my freaking phone. Some cat who probably came uh, from another place other than
Yeah.
America, he was telling me, like, yo, bro, I was saying this real quick. You can turn your car on. You don't need your key, Mr. Sharp. Just download this app and push this button. Blah, 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 blah. What the
Yeah.
heck?
Yeah. And that, and it,
How does it know it's
and
me?
and that's a great thing for some that feel that's, oh wow, I can start my car and have the AC running from my before I even get there,
Yeah,
or the heat turned on, whatever. That's probably a great thing. I don't have a problem with it.
could be.
That's
But
all
I said,
it'll
look at
do.
the other side. I'm looking at the other side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? You turn that mug
Mhm.
over. So I'm like, if they can do that, what else can they do?
They
You
can
know what
do
I'm saying?
whatever.
Have
Uh,
Mr. Sharp run into this 18 wheeler.
mhm. Or where a Tesla drove into some lady's house, just drove right.
Yeah. Can't turn the wheel.
Yeah, it don't.
Your time has
Nothing
expired
works.
on
I'm hitting brakes, or
that.
it's self-driving. I'm good.
Hey,
Let me read this
hey,
book.
once the party change, you're gonna see. Now you heard it here. Can I say this? When the party change, if it change, them ones gonna be because they don't believe in a lot of people. Okay, and
Yeah.
so it's gonna be a lot of us leaving the planet.
Mm. Anyways,
Catastrophic.
all right, all right.
Christians gonna be like, Christians gonna be thinking it's the rapture.
Yeah.
It's gonna be these ones. This dude, we don't know why he ran into this train. All
All
right,
right.
we'll leave it alone.
We better
Yeah.
get out. We better get off here. We've already probably, if you stayed this long and
If you
you
stayed
like
this
what you
long,
hear in the comments, please down below, the proverbial like, share, subscribe. Um, I hope everybody enjoys their 4th of July weekend. I'm thinking, I don't know, we're doing a show next week. We'll find that out. If
yeah.
not, have a great 4th of July weekend. Stay safe out there. Don't be drinking and driving. And for God's sake, don't drink and boat. It's not
And
good.
if you think these glasses were designed for a female, let me know. My partner on the show said,
I said that. I
please
say
drop a
they are.
comment
I'm saying
and
they
let
are.
me know,
Those
is it
readers,
wrong? Is it right or wrong for a man to wear cat eye glasses? Look, man, hey, I didn't know. All I knew was I could see when I looked at stuff with them, and
yeah,
I put them on my face.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I don't know.
saying?
Let me know. That's a good
It's-
one. We'll know who watched to the end if they answer that question.
it
All
could be
right,
a
everybody.
prize.
Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. God bless.
God bless y'all.
Peace.